How do intricate side pots from poker all-in situations? Imagine you're in a poker game and the betting gets intense. Players go all in at different times and with different amounts. Have you ever wondered how the chips get divided into separate pots? Well, that's where side pots come into play, and understanding how they form is key to mastering poker fundamentals. It all starts when one or more players decide to go all in with less chips than others. The first step is creating the main pot. The smallest all-in amount sets the size of this main pot. Everyone who puts in at least that many chips contributes to it. For example, if player A goes all in with 25 chips, and players B and C call, each puts in 25 chips into the main pot. Player A can only win this main pot because they have only committed that much. Now, if players B and C have more chips and continue betting, the extra chips they add beyond the 25 chips from side pots. Let's say player B has 75 chips and player C has 100 chips. After the main pot is made, player B still has 50 chips left to bet, and player C has 75 chips left. These remaining chips go into a side pot. The chips player B adds beyond the initial 25 chips are pooled separately from the main pot. The same applies to player C's extra chips. This creates a side pot that only players who contributed to it can win. When more players with larger stacks keep betting, multiple side pots can develop. Each side pot is formed by the difference in chips between players' stacks. For example, if player D has 150 chips and player E has 200 chips, after the main pot and first side pot are made, the remaining chips from player E from another side pot. Each side pot is contested only among the players who put chips into it. At Showdown, the all-in player can only win the main pot. The side pots are contested among the players who contributed chips to those specific pots. If the player with the best hand is the all-in player, they win the main pot. But if another player has the best hand among those who contributed to a side pot, they win that side pot. Sometimes, a player can win both the main and side pots if they have the best hand overall and among the eligible players. Understanding how side pots work is important because it affects betting strategies. When players go all in with different amounts, knowing how the chips are divided helps you see what you could win. The main pot always contains chips from everyone who bet at least the smallest all-in amount. Side pots hold the extra chips from players with bigger stacks, and each is awarded separately based on hand strength. This system keeps the game fair and makes sure each player only wins what they contributed to. So next time you see a big all-in, remember how those side pots are formed and how they can change the game's outcome.